Big ups to you, bruv. Big ups. Okay, 15 people here, 12 likes. On to the next thing. Okay, so this offside rule, this offside. So isn't it great having your work done, Simba, with them scrap it out? It's good for a change, no threat. 100%. I agree. It is good for a change. Okay, this offside situation here, the Taiwo Awoni situation where he got injured when he hit the post, and they told him, yeah, he's okay, he can play on, and then he had to go to hospital, emergency surgery, whatever it was. Is a bit of a madness there. It is a bit of a madness. Big up Tradon. I'm not sure, bruv. It's FSG. I mean, fuck yeah, no. FSG just sometimes they just. I really don't know with FSG, man. I want to believe, like the X Files, I want to believe, but I just don't know if we will pull that off, man. Especially if City and Bayern Munich are in the mix, then we really have to be offering something special, or he must really want to come to play at Liverpool Football Club. So we shall see. But this bit here, the offside situation with Taiwo Iwoni obviously getting injured and stuff like that. And I liken it similarly to what happened with Van Dijk a few years ago. And obviously in 2020, we were doing the title defense that absolutely failed when Van Dijk went to take the ball and got challenged by Pickford and busted his knee, and Van Dijk did his ACL. That was a whole offside plan, and Pickford didn't get sent off because I was offside already. It's like, okay, so if I'm offside and then I swing at a player and I crack him in the jaw, I can't get sent off because it was offside. No, you still end up, that's violent conduct. Should have been sent off. Oh, we didn't know, said Michael Oliver, whoever it was. Anyways, that happened. We move on. But that happened because the referee didn't call their offside quick enough for that phase of play to stop. Now, something similar has happened with Taiwo Iwoni. And there was a bit of conversation here on Football's 12 Man. Big up Dan Potts. Congrats on the 40K subs, by the way. He's already on 40.4 as well. And for me, I can understand where Hooks is coming from. I can understand why. And there was a bit of a backwards and forwards here in the saying, like, but it doesn't matter because if they are onside even marginally and they get injured, what do you do then? Well, at least they were in the correct rules within the game. It was onside, so you play within the onside bounds. When it's offside, I don't like this whole let it play on for 10 seconds and then raise your flag after that. Like, it makes no sense to me. Anyways, let's have a look at this here.
Is what it is, but with regards to how people have felt of what actually happened to Taiwo Awoni, I just think it's another case of people looking to beat the referees with another stick. Like, referees didn't necessarily do anything wrong. They went by the rules, and unfortunately, he was hurt in that time frame. Now, did the referees do their job? They did. If they make the rule change, is there going to be unhappy people? Yes. So ultimately, the referee is always going to be the bad guy, and that's how it comes down to. Is the referee is going to be looked at and they're going to be said, oh, they've done the wrong job again, or they haven't done what they're supposed to do. So when I look at it, it's like it's a bad situation, very unfortunate, and rest up to Taiwo, and hopefully he gets well soon. But ultimately, like, there's nothing that anyone could do about it. It's just a very unfortunate circumstance.
Yeah, what are you saying, Hooks? You see it differently, don't you? Just say it.
And this is when Hooks is actually talking football, and I don't mean talking football like, being shameless and whatnot. He's actually, I understand where he's coming from. I probably agree with him to a stance here because I don't like it when you can see it's a clearly offside. As OK says, big up Olu, Leroy Jenkins. If you know Leroy Jenkins, you're too old, bruv. Big up Olu. But yeah, as OK says, it's a close 10 seconds, but sometimes it's clear offside. If it's clear offside, just raise the flag. No need to keep it playing. Oh, was he, wasn't he? If you think he's offside and it's that tight, then let it play on. But if it's a clear offside, like half a body or a whole body offside, just raise the flag straight away. No need to play it on. So yeah, Hooks is of the opinion that, there should be a change because these injuries could happen more often. They don't happen often though. This is the thing. They happen very, very infrequently. However, on the occasion when it has happened, players have been injured from these situations.
Yeah, I think that what happened with Taiwo Awoni is like right at the polar end of the scale of what we've all been saying for years since they made this change to the offside, or at least how offsides are officiated. This is like the end of the scale of what we were saying would happen. And I feel like because we've now reached the end of the scale, I feel like it has to be addressed. Because to me, it's like a warning shot. Like me personally, I'm always going to be in favor of protecting players over like, oh yeah, it was onside, but it was it was offside, but it was actually onside when we looked back. Like there's always going to be human error in football, and I just think looking after the players is so much more important than any of that. And I'm all for going back to the days where players could actually celebrate, like, and in the stadium.
I don't know about the offside thing. I think it's like checking for VAR and stuff like that. Is it onside? If it's offside, the celebration aspect. But definitely, when it comes to the players, they should like. Well, this is ultimately the question: do you want player protection, or do you want to see the game flourish and have more goals? Like ultimately, like they're going to explain it in this bit here. I don't know how much of it I'll go through, but it is linked in the description down below if you want to check it out yourselves. But there is a part in here where they mention, like, okay, so what happens if they keep playing on for a couple of seconds more and then your player ends up sprinting a few meters more than they should, and then they do their hammy, when if they just blew the whistle a couple of seconds earlier, they would have stopped and it would have been okay, for example. Like, it's all if, spots, and maybes, which we all know if, spots, and maybes, you can't really guarantee them.
Now, you see, I'm talking facts here. I don't do if, buts, and maybes. I do absolutes.
But in all seriousness, I can understand what he's saying. Like, there's no need for you to keep playing on if it's a clear offside, as we've seen in some of the comments here. Like, yeah, Maradon says, just raise the flag if it's offside. Just don't let it play on. This happens in the A-League as well in Australia. It happens a lot. And I always said, I'm like, it's clearly offside, but the liners keep it playing on. They let them hustle. They tussle for the ball. They cross it into the box. The attacker gets onto the end of it and he gets saved by the goalkeeper, or he goes out, or if you score and then they raise their flag. Bruv, you've seen it offside. Just raise your flag straight away. Don't let that phase of play happen. It doesn't need to happen. It makes no sense.
Fans can actually celebrate scoring and not have to be like, oh, we scored, but let's wait for VAR. Like, I just think put the player's safety first, because yeah, we hit the end of the scale, but you can even bring it to like not the end of the scale, maybe midway. Like, imagine. All right, cool. Nottingham Forest, they're trying to get Champions League spaces, yeah. And now I know that Taiwo Awani, he's not their first team striker, but let's put it into the scenario. Let's just say, I don't know, say it was Chris Wood, yeah, and say Chris Wood's in that scenario and he continues running when it's clear that it was offside, and the assistant ref could have just raised the flag, the ref could have blown, and then we just keep it moving. Imagine Chris Wood pulls his hamstring. Now can't be used for the rest of the season. But he didn't need to make that run because it should have just been called offside. This is what I'm getting at. Like, I just think.
And that's like for a straight, clear and obvious. I mean, like clear and obvious offside. I'm not talking like, are they not one of these ones. I mean, like proper, like clear offside, like the gap between, bruv. You seen it's offside, just raise your flag straight away, brother. Like, it just pisses me off when I see it happen. It's not just to me, it's to everybody else. Why let that phase of play? Oh, it's clearly offside. I'm like, why haven't they blown the whistle yet? Why has the line not raised their flag? Why are they wasting time playing on? What if something bad happens? Then what? Oh, don't worry about it. We'll just call it back. It's like, bro, players are busting guts for no reason, sprinting down the channels, fighting for balls. They can get shoved off the ball into the hoarding, and they can, do a knee, for example, like being smacked into the LED boards. For what? When you could have just blown the whistle and said it's offside, stop and playing. It just makes no sense to me, bro.
VAR just, I don't know, only use VAR for like things that the ref doesn't see. And all of that offside.
Nope.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
Rough.
Bad stuff, just, you got assistant referees for a reason. Usually the assistant refs they're actually the good guys. If you're looking at compared to the ref, they actually usually do their job really well. Just go, okay, cool, assistant refs, you go back to deciding, is it onside, is it offside? We trust your judgment. Yeah, sure, players are going to be a bit annoyed. Oh, man, I was actually onside, though. But then the play continues and we forget about it. But now we've got Awani in an induced coma. a footballer shouldn't be in an induced coma
That's fair.
because of football. It just doesn't. I don't know.
that's
To
fair.
me, it's just like we need to start thinking about players like well-being again. Like it might. This is just
You know, football is a contact sport. People are going to get hurt playing football. People break legs. They break bones.
This is the thing. Like, obviously, I'm not speaking to the guys, but it's not about the contact itself. It's the fact that the contact did not need to occur because the play should have been stopped. And then, as Doug says here, that offside law needs to be looked at. Alango was miles offside. There's no need to play that on then. There was no need to play that on. Just blow the whistle, call it offside, and then keep it moving, as Hook said earlier. Yes, players will get injured. Yes, it's a contact sport. We understand these things. But if they're onside and then he gets injured, that's just an unfortunate series of events. It's lemony snickets. It's a series of unfortunate events. Player is injured. Unfortunately, it's a sad situation. Hopefully they get better, they recover, and they get back onto the pitch as quickly as possible. Okay, we all want that. We don't want to see players injured. But if it didn't need to happen, if they could have just called it, stopped that play from continuing, we could have avoided this whole situation if they just raised their flags quicker instead of letting the shit play on, especially when it's a clear offside.
We're not playing little kids. It's not sissy sports. So people are going to get hurt. They get paid a lot of money for that reason. That there is the possibility.
No, they don't get paid money to get hurt. They don't get paid money.
No, they don't get paid to get hurt. But they get paid a lot of money in case the possibility they do get hurt. They will be all right. They get insurance and all these other things.
Man. There's a big difference between I don't know, two players
I'm not saying
going in on a challenge and one of the players breaks their ankle or I don't know, breaks their leg or breaks their shoulder or dislocates their shoulder there's no contact. It literally it's just you could have just raised the flag and you completely avoid that.
Yep.
Yeah. What if he was on side?
It's not an interaction. Yeah, but that's the thing. This is the thing. This is me personally.
Yeah, if he's onside and that happens, it's unfortunate they got injured. It just is what it is. Like, it's a shit go. If they're onside and they go slide in at the back post and then they go for a tap in and then they smack their leg into the post and then they break their fibula or whatever the leg is where your shin is or whatever the fuck, it's unfortunate. You got an injury. Hopefully you scored your goal, but then you got yourself an injury. It's a shit go. It's a risk of the game. But that's when it's in the legal phase of play and not the illegal phase of play with the offside. And as AC says, he is correct. It's funny how Gender was penalised players for kicking the ball away, but let the game play on for clear offsides and say one is wasting time, but the other is not. Playing on, that's wasting time, bro. When it should be flagged, you're wasting time, literally. You're correct. It's not. They're not paid just in case they get hurt, whatever. It is in a USC. That's correct. Exactly. It is what it is. It was the example that's always coming but I've been saying this for the longest. Like I said, this has been happening in the A League in Australia here for ages. I think it's been years. And I'm like, it's clearly offside. Why are they playing on? Raise the flag, stop shit from happening, because players will end up getting injuries. Something will happen. A madness will occur, all because they thought, we'll just let the play on. But it's clear. If it's a clear offside, let it play on. If it's a tight offside and you play on, well, it's a fucking bad luck situation. But clearly offside, bruv, just call it then and there and just take the free kick, bruv. Did he? The high-profile incident in Scotland when a scary Craig Gordon got injured for hearts and ruptured knee ligaments when offside flag should be. That's what I'm saying. Like, you're going for a tackle when it should be flagged for offside. And look, they could flag for offside and you could still go in for that tackle because you don't hear the whistle, you don't see the lino calling the flag, whatever. That's a shit offense. That's a shit occurrence. Like, especially if it's that quick from the offside to where the play goes, I can understand it's a shit situation. It's too close to call. You can't escape it. You try and minimize damage, but you follow through. Someone gets injured. That's unfortunate. But when it's an offside and there's another phase of play and then you get injured, that's completely avoidable. Big ups, Stephen, bro. Big ups.
I'm putting, because for the majority of my life, I've seen more football without VAR than with VAR. So I don't care.
That's not what I'm saying, Hicks. I'm saying, what if Alanga was actually onside and that exact scenario played out?
If he's onside and the same thing happened, that's just a shit situation. It was in the legal phase of play. They were playing their football, and it was just unfortunate, bro. That's all that is.
But he didn't score anyway, so that makes it even worse.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is he still ends up in the post, but the whole sequence was onside. Do you get me?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Then okay, so okay, I hear what you're saying. So you're essentially saying so you're saying
he was legit onside. He made the run, and Taiwo ends up in the post. Who's to blame then? Do you get me? It's like
I'm not putting all the blame on the referee and association because he didn't come off right away. Like the physios should have, or whatever it was.
But the physios as well, they messed that up too, bro. The physios really should have done better work on him. But how are you supposed to tell if there's an internal injury, bro? Maybe he didn't feel the pain straight away. And apparently that's what Marinakis was on the pitch with Nuno after the game. A lot of people were thinking that because he bottled the game against Leicester. In actual fact, it was the whole point of the physios, or at least that's how Wolfie tells it anyways, if you want to believe what Wolfie says. But the physios, bro, what the fuck was going on there, man? How do you not see that a player has been injured, slammed himself into the post, and they said, yeah, he's cool, play on, bro? I don't understand it, bro.
Picked it up and been like, no, he needs to come off like right now. So
that's the bigger issue for me.
So the physio do play a part in, like, I don't know.
Bro, I just realized this, bruv. I'm not on this panel, bruv. I know I look like a square in the panel, but I'm not on this panel, bruv. I'm doing my normal commentary thing, bruv. Big ups to you, bruv.
Not malpractice. I don't know what it would be negligence or what. I don't know. I'm not a physio, so I don't know why. I don't know why they missed out on it. I don't know why they didn't pick it up. But all I'm saying is, if you just raise the flag, none of that happens.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, if Elanga was onside,
he wasn't.
Yeah, but I'm saying if he was, and then Taiwo ends up having that freak accident into the post,
it's a freak accident. That's what it is. It's a freak accident in a phase of play.
Like, what would we be saying here? Do you get me? Because then it doesn't become the offside issue. It becomes, are the posts too hard, or you know what I'm saying? It's like
no. But in that scenario, where I'm splitting the blame between the refs and I guess the more so how offsides are officiated and the physios, in that scenario, it would just be the physios. It would just become the physios.
Yeah,
but that's
the physio situation. It's like, all right, player got injured. It's your job to assess the player. Are they hurt? Are they in pain? Do they need any medical attention? That's why you're there. Get the medical staff on, do the checks and all that sort of shit there. It's hard to check this sort of stuff. It's, didn't know X-rays have X-ray vision. Yeah. Again, adrenaline's kicking in. Maybe you don't know it. Maybe it wasn't that bad, and then like stretched, and then maybe that caused it to rupture. I mean, I'm not a medical expert. I'm not, house MD, so I got no idea. But there's potentially, something to that. 100%. Topus, is he praying for Wolfie's partner that he doesn't debate these arguments? That's funny. Big up, Sam. Big game against the Chelsea. We'll look at that shortly as well. Big ups, brother.
That's not the scenario, and I don't know. Have we seen that scenario?
Yeah, Spurs had it.
I see players go into the post all the time. I'm aware that there's like dangerous things that happen to players on the pitch when they're playing football. I understand this, but what I'm saying
is a risk.
Scenarios like that, and this is the end of the scale. They can all just be avoided by us going back to, assistant ref raised the flag, it's offside.
I agree. The rule needs to change where it's blatant. You had Einar coming out saying, I could see it from where I was that Elanga was offside. Yeah. But we can't blame the assistant ref kind of because she was just doing by the rules. The only thing
that's fair. Look, that's fair. If they're just going by the rules, then the rule needs changing. And it's not like that. Like I've seen you guys in the chat saying as well, it's not like they haven't changed the rules for different things this whole season, bro. They always change rules for different things. So why can't they change the rule again? If it's a clear offside, clear as day, just raise your flag, stop them from overexerting themselves, stop them from running into each other, stop them from challenging for 50-50s. Goalkeepers come out, get boots to the faces, players can get hacked from the side, get thrown into the hoardings. Let's stop players from getting injured. How about that? Raise a flag if it's clear and obvious. If it was a tight call, again, it's just an unfortunate series of events, bruv. Lemony Snickets, it's bad, bruv. It's a shit go, but that's what it is. It's a shit situation. If it's offside, just call it, bruv. Just raise the flag and call it offside, and then take the free kick from there and play on, bruv. Just fuck this whole thing of like let the play on, and then we'll look at it after. It's like, bruv, in 10 seconds, a lot can happen in 10 seconds to a player, bruv.